May Grifols Champion Call, and we're really excited to go through some updates to all of you. And we really are wrapping. For our agenda for today, we're going to start off by going through that well flash that's currently going on. Reminder of those the Live Well Champion Spotlight Initiative Guide. We have a health education piece, and of course, we'll have time at the end for questions. First and foremost, we did want to spend a moment to go through the Well Flash. This really is that last challenge of the 2015-2016 Live Well Center program, and hopefully you all know by of activities on the Live Well portal, and each week is worth 5 points for a total of 25 points. Week 1, which is this week, which is actually wrapping up today, focused on how to sync your apps and devices in the Live Well portal. A little preview of what is to come. Starting tomorrow, we will be starting the second week of the Well Flash, and it's going to focus on setting up a coaching appointment. The third week is focused on utilizing the resources page. Week 4, we'll be sharing how Grifols employees stay healthy. And our final week of the Well Flash will be on how to use the mobile app. So for most of those weeks, it is going to be that scavenger hunt on the portal to find those answers and a quiz to receive those 5 incentive points. Other than week 4 it's just a chance to share what, for each employee to share what they do to keep healthy, and if they'd like to also submit a picture along with it to go in that Grifols Wellness in Action section. That, of course, is something we definitely want to encourage everyone to do, but not required for the 5 points for that week. So again, our incentive program is coming to a close. It's right around the corner. So this really is that final big push. So hopefully everyone at your location is working on that Well Flash if they still need to get those last remaining points in the program. Were there any questions on the Well Flash? Okay. Well, again, if anyone has any questions about it, feel free to reach out. Today is the last day of the first week of Well Flash activities, and tomorrow we will be sending out the email to let everyone know that week 2 of the Well Flash is available and up on the Live Well portal. And it'll be a new activity to get 5 more incentive points. On that same topic, our deadline is, of course, June 30th, so it really is right around the corner. We want to also make sure everyone is aware that there are some people who have reached the different point levels, whether it's the 100, 200, or 300 point level, but haven't actually clicked redeem yet to receive their gift card. We are only sending out those gift cards to those that actually click redeem. So in order, for instance, someone who's already reached 300 points, that is that top tier, the most they can get is that $300 Amex gift card. So they really do need to go in there and actually click redeem to have that sent to them, especially because for those who have reached either 100 or 200 points, we're not going to redeem that for them in case they want to strive for that higher point level. But we do have a number of people who have reached different tiers and haven't yet clicked redeem. So make sure everyone is aware that they need to click that redeem button in order to get the actual gift card sent to them. The last thing on the deadline coming up, and I know I mentioned this on our last champion call, but starting today we've been sending out incentive status emails. Those emails are going out in batches throughout this week because we want to make sure that our team has enough time to respond to everyone in a timely manner. So that's why you might not get one right away, but want to make sure that they're sent out so that we're able to respond to people's questions without having to get in the way of sending out more of those emails. Only those people that have not yet redeemed for a gift card will receive an incentive status email. So, or I guess I should say rather, that's just for those. Most people will receive one, but if someone's already redeemed for 100 or 200 level gift card, those folks will not receive one because they've already gotten their gift card in the mail, and they've already redeemed that, so there isn't anything further they can do. We are actually sending out an email to those that reached 300 points and redeemed, just because we want to really congratulate those folks that reached a higher level and already redeemed early on. So that is going out now. We're sending out to everyone we have an email address for, so I know we have a good chunk of emails for most Grifols employees, but there are some folks that we don't have an email address for in the portal or in any other area. So please do use this time to speak to the folks, whether it's at your center, whether you're in a plasma center, if you're in an office location, or wherever you're located. Please make sure to let everyone know that those are going out, and especially for those that we don't have an email address for, make sure they take the time to go into their account on the portal to see how many points they have and see if they need to click redeem so we don't miss those folks. Any questions on the deadline and those incentive status emails?
Hey, Rachel, it's Ann. I did have one question. Will there be a follow-up email if we still don't have people responding, or so let's say you send it to the person that's earned maybe 200 but hasn't redeemed, but then they've earned 300 now but haven't redeemed. Will there be an additional follow-up email to make sure everybody has the opportunity to redeem for points or for the prize?
Certainly. So in June, we'll send out our next round of these incentive status emails, and those folks that already redeemed and qualified during the first batch won't get a second email, but for those folks that hadn't yet redeemed or hadn't yet reached a point value, they will get a second email in that June batch we're sending out.
Thank you.
That's a great question. Yeah, definitely. Any other thoughts or questions on these? Definitely want to make sure everyone is taking advantage of this, especially those that have points but haven't yet gone into actually hit redeem. Okay. I put this slide in here too because I just wanted to really remind everyone of all the activities that employees can complete to get incentive points. So whether it's for yourself or someone else at your location, there are plenty of activities they can still do to get points before the deadline on June 30th. So make sure that people really are aware of all these pieces if they haven't yet done. The health assessment, that's 25 points right there. We, of course, have the well flash going on, getting credit for their preventive visits as well. So there really are a lot of things that someone can do even before that deadline comes up on June 30th. So this might be a great time to remind everyone at your location of all the things that are still available to get those point values. I did also want to take some time for us to talk about the activity request form. Wanted to a little bit talk about some of the requests that have been placed thus far and ideas for future funds. I want to first turn it over to Roger, who, as I'm sure you guys know by now, is the one who is receiving those forms. Roger, can you speak to this a little bit?
Yes, hi to everyone. I do want to go over the request form. I've received 2 activity request forms. One was for a color run, and the other one is for a wellness luncheon. The first thing I want to talk about is getting manager's approval, prior manager's approval if you're going to take PTO to do an activity. For example, with the color run, it was on a Saturday, but because that is a day of work for some people, they needed to have prior approval from their manager for PTO. So that's the first thing. Secondly, if you're going to register for a run, anything that requires registrations where you're going to have to put in participants' information like their name, their age, date of birth, or anything, I request that you go ahead and fill that out and send that information in an Excel spreadsheet or some type of form so that when I go in to register, I'll have all that information, contact names, addresses, emergency contact names, that type thing. And then I also have a request for a Subway luncheon, and what's going to happen there is if you're doing a luncheon, I'm going to need the vendor's information probably 2 days before the event so that I can go ahead and call them and find out what you want to order, and then I can place the order over the phone, and then you can go pick it up at the location that you'll be using. Pretty much that's it. We're still working through the process, but those are two glitches that I found when I went to register for the color run and also for this luncheon that we're going to be doing. Are there any questions about the form? And I will put this in an email and sending information over to Rachel, kind of giving some policies and procedures on how to request these funds going forward. That way, everybody will have the same information and it'll run smoothly.
Perfect. Thanks, Roger.
You're welcome.
While we're on the subject, I wanted to open it up and see if there's any ideas anyone had for their location and want to see if anyone wanted to share with the group or things to discuss. Now would be a really great time to think about what makes the most sense, and as a group kind of think about where else that may make sense in case anyone wanted to try that same idea at their location. So I wanted to just open up the floor to see if anyone had any ideas of things they'd like to do or want to see if some of their ideas would work for their location.
Rachel, this is Roger again. Before we go into that, can I mention the T-shirts real quickly?
Yeah.
I have sent out T-shirts. Did anybody receive a T-shirt on the phone?
No, sir.
Hello? You have or have not? Okay. Okay, if you have not received a T-shirt, please send me the information or send it over to Rachel. Please include your shirt size. And a little bit about the T-shirts for the women. They are women's fitted T-shirts, and they are very small. So if you normally wear a medium, you might want to go up a size and get a large. The guys' sizes, they're running true to size, but the women's, they're running a little small because they are fitted. They're very nice T-shirts, but they are fitted, like I said. So if you have not submitted your request for shirt size, please do so. I think I have 7 people who have not. I have their information, but they did not include their shirt size. Also, along with that, please include an email address. Please include an address to send that to also. And that's it. Thanks.
Thanks, Roger. Did anyone have any ideas for activity requests that they'd like to have at their location, or an idea they want to bring up with the group?
Rachel, this is Susie.
Oh.
Yes, in regards to the activity request form, is there a maximum amount of funds that we could expect to receive? When I looked at doing a run, and if some of those runs are $40 a person, I just wasn't sure how many people could actually participate, because I wasn't sure what's the realistic amount of funds that we could receive.
Roger, is this something you'd be able to answer?
Right now, I'm just going to say go ahead and submit the information, and then once we see the request, then we'll make a decision on if it's excessive. We'll let you know. But right now, just submit what you have, and going forward, we'll also put that in the guidelines. But right now, if you have people that want to register for the race, I say go ahead and do it.
Okay, thank you.
Were there any other ideas that you guys have had at your locations or thinking about putting out there? On a separate side note, Rachel, I see that you put into the chat that if you have a shirt that is too small, can you exchange it? I think that's something Roger may be able to do with you. So if you have Roger's contact information, so I would reach out to him to see if he has a different size that would work better. Great.
Yeah, and I'm going to go ahead and say if you just let me know. which size you need, I can get it sent to you.
I don't know if this person is on the call, but someone had reached out to me earlier about they want to see if it was possible to use the activity request form and to use that money towards organizing a team sport or some pickup games. And I thought that was a great idea. I just wanted to pass along to everyone as well. Anything along those lines, we really are open to your creativity. Of course, there is that approval process put in place, but we would really love this to be something you can do that speaks to those folks at your location. And if it's a team sport that you think would motivate everyone to get involved and get active, or if it's a race, whatever it may be, we really are open. I think now is your chance to kind of come with any of your ideas and submit them. And of course,
I agree. Go ahead, Rachel.
Okay, I was just going to say, and please do send us pictures for any activities you do so we can put it on the Livewell portal. Sorry, Roger, go ahead.
No, that's what I was getting ready to say. So,
Perfect. Yes, we definitely want all of your pictures to focus to be placed on the Livewell portal for many activities you do. We definitely want to keep that picture gallery growing. All right.
One last thing,
And again,
the Wellness Champion program is going to be successful based on how well the Wellness Champions, participate and get involved. So it's really important in the in this first year of the program that we really put forth a lot of effort and really get the people excited, because I can see the benefits of it already here in North Carolina. When the Wellness Champions get behind the causes, the people kind of rally behind you also.
That's great, Roger. Thanks. And really to reiterate that we want your help to make this program most successful, and always appreciate any feedback and ideas you have as well. So please keep in mind that we're always open to that as you guys are our champions. Okay. On that note, I want to let you guys know we haven't yet received everyone's bios and pictures, but we have started putting them on the portal for those that we have received. So as you can see on the Livewell portal, if you click on that Wellness Champion picture, you will start to see those pictures and bios that have come in, so do start to check those out. We definitely need to receive more because I have not received those bios and pictures from all of you yet, but we really would love to showcase that for all of you. And if you don't want to submit a picture, that's fine too. Not all of our bios have a picture with it. And the picture can be of you, it can be an activity you like to do, but we're really excited to showcase all of you and recognize all of you. That way everyone at your location can know and recognize you as your champion, but also we can showcase all the great things you guys are doing for us. So please do check that out in the Livewell portal that is up already for you guys to view. As we had last month, we do have a May health observance, and this wellness flyer I'll send out to everyone after the call today, and this one specifically is focused on improving your sleep. And so I just ask that all of you print these out and post the flyer around your location to help promote the Wellness Monthly to everyone at your location and pass them around. For June, I did want to talk about a monthly initiative. This is something I know we had last time as well, focusing on de-stressing. I put in de-stress yoga at your desk. I know, of course, that doesn't make sense for all of our locations, because not everyone is actually a desk setting, but really want to just more so focus on stress and stress management. We know that stress impacts everyone differently, but some of those common signs of stress include feeling overwhelmed and anxious, headache, upset stomach, overeating, loss of appetite, and of course many more signs. And we want to help set everyone up to help handle those daily stressors by practicing deep breathing, going for a walk, eating healthy diet, and exercising. Again, one idea we have is desk yoga, and I'll send out some information on a way that you can do desk yoga that will apply at your location. And there's some tips for how to do that. But really, again, mainly the focus is on de-stressing, and I'll have another flyer I'll send out in an email afterwards as well that just has more tips to identify your stressors and how to manage those. And of course, don't forget, for yourself and for those around you, that our coaches are a wonderful resource. If you're feeling stressed or overwhelmed, they are there to help you with stress management, help focus on ways to de-stress, whether it's starting meditation practice, whether it's practicing yoga, whatever it may be to help you de-stress. They're a great resource. Of course, worth incentive points, but even beyond that, it's a wonderful free resource that's a call away, and you can set those appointments online directly in the LiveWell portal as well. Any questions? Something else I want to start doing in our champion calls is I want to just do a different piece of health education during the call on topics that are of interest to all of you. For this month's call, I chose healthy vacation habits, but I would love to open up the floor to all of you. If there's something you're interested in learning more about, let me know. I'm more than happy to put some information together. In addition, if there's something that you'd like to share with the group, we can absolutely open up the floor to give each of you an opportunity to share about a health wellness topic that you enjoy or anything else. We definitely want this meeting to be something that makes sense for all of you, that you actually enjoy participating in and get some useful information out of. So please do let me know if it's something that you'd like to volunteer and help to present on during one of our monthly calls. This summer, though, around the corner, I did think it was a perfect time to talk vacation habits. Vacation season really is here, and on that time to unwind, but don't completely forget about all those healthy habits that can help leave you feeling fresh and energized. So I really just summed up with 5 ways to travel healthy. The first is make time to work out. You may be a little bit more relaxed than your normal. It may be a little bit more relaxed than your normal workout regimen, but make time to utilize the hotel gym, or go for a walk around the beach, or even explore by walking around a new city. It doesn't need to be that vigorous exercise, but make sure you are getting around and moving some, even while on your travel. Second tip is to get creative. Use the stairs in your hotel as a great cardio workout. Again, exploring whatever city you may be in, whether it's a longer walking route, or you're walking around the hotel floor. Find new ways that are more inventive, especially if you want to avoid that gym while you're on vacation. Third is to plan ahead. Pack healthy snacks such as nuts or fruit for long road trips or flights, hummus and veggies, trail mix, but of course skipping the candy, or sliced apples and peanut butter. Also, you can always use the fridge in your hotel room to store food for a healthy breakfast. Also, often be a little bit more reasonably priced than a hotel breakfast and very healthy. Fourth tip is to use SPF. It is important to protect yourself from the sun, harmful, especially during the summertime. So make sure you use SPF to prevent sunburn. And hopefully all of you know by now that spending long hours in the sun, you need to reapply regularly. And then last, but certainly not least, get up and move. If you have a layover, make sure you take advantage of the time to move around. Don't be afraid to get up during the flight and stretch your legs. And if you're on a road trip, make frequent stops to walk around a rest stop, or even if you're getting gas, make sure you're moving around during any little break you can to really fit in that exercise and stay healthy while traveling. So again, that's this month's health education piece. I'd love to hear from all of you. If there's a topic you would like to hear more about, and if there's something that you'd like to share with the group. Are there any questions, other tips, or any advice from all of you about things you do while you're on vacation?
Hello.
Rachel, I just had a question about go out to all employees. Is it a direct email into their inbox, or do they need to log into the LiveWell portal to see some of these things like the Healthy Bite that you just mentioned?
So this Healthy Bite isn't on the LiveWell portal. This is something kind of available to all of you as our champions, and information that you can certainly pass along to anyone at your location. If you'd like, I'm more than happy to put some of this information in a flyer to post if you'd like as well, but we really want to, as our champion, kind of provide you with any of this information regularly, and if you'd like to share it or just even for yourself, and as our role models, want to make sure you guys have the best advice and updated wellness info.
Okay, thank you.
Of course. Any other questions? All right. In terms of open items here, I know I mentioned this earlier, but please do send in your bios and pictures if you haven't yet done so. They are already up on the Livewell portal, so I'll definitely be adding those as they come. I know Roger mentioned this earlier as well, but please send in your t-shirt size and address so you can receive your champion t-shirts. And I know he mentioned this earlier, but the women's shirts do run a little small, so you may need to adjust that. We will have our next meeting again in June. We're still meeting on that monthly basis, so be on the lookout for that next meeting. And I'll, of course, send a follow-up to this meeting with some of these flyers and different topics that we went over today. While we're still on the phone together, does anyone have any questions or comments for the group?
I have a quick question. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, so I just joined in late. I was doing a physical. What is the budget, or how do we get things organized, like if I want to do a rec league softball team for our center?
Sure. I'll go back to that slide real quick here. For the activity request form, I know also mentioned we're going to be sending out some more information regarding the policy and how to get these in. For Roger, do you have specific advice for a rec league or a sports team?
Yeah, normally with the rec league, we have one here, and you're going to, I guess the league has certain forms that you need to fill out in addition to the cost. So I would suggest go ahead and getting the information from the league as far as the players, the participants, and they might even have a waiver form that everyone needs to sign. I'm not going to need to see those. I'm just going to need to really see the registration form and the amount and who to make the payment to. So if you go ahead and start the process and get all that information together, once you get that, forward it to me, and we'll take care of the rest.
Wonderful.
And while I have the floor, I do have a question that I want to throw out to the wellness champions. How have the people in your particular locations responded to you, to the wellness champion program? And are they aware that you are a wellness champion and what your role is as a champion? Can anybody comment on anything about that? Hello? Is this on?
Well, this is Susie. This is Susie. I feel like there are some people within the office area that maybe know that I am the wellness champion, but we have a lot of people out here in the warehouse that, for one thing, they don't have regular access to a computer to look at the Livewell site and things like that. And so that's kind of my challenge, is how to get the information out to them. I do post it in the lunchrooms. Any flyers I get, I post it there. But I feel like not enough people are really taking advantage of all that the program has to offer. So I thought maybe once the bios went out, and then that would kind of notify people who the Livewell champion is at that location. But again, if some of the people don't have, say, a desk where they're at their computer regularly, they wouldn't be receiving that unless, I guess that then I need to, well, once I coordinate some of these things we're talking about, somebody had talked about a luncheon or something like that, I can see how that would bring people into it and kind of get their attention.
And in the meantime, I know you mentioned that they're in the warehouse. Do they have separate meetings with their managers, maybe in the morning or weekly, or however they do those? Maybe you can talk to the particular supervisors and maybe get them to push down some information.
Okay, I can do more of that. I did that during the step challenge that we had. I was mainly sending my reminder emails to the managers and asking them to get the information out to their employees. So you're right, it would just be more of that, doing more of that.
Okay. Anyone else?
I feel like the Race Around the Globe challenge was really successful at our center, at least for the first couple weeks.
Mm-hmm. What happened after the first couple of weeks? Why did it die down, in your opinion?
I think that just not enough people had access to computers at our work, or they really only cared about it when they were at work. At our work, we split the center into 2 different groups. So like we did our center manager against our assistant manager, and we put our teams together. And so it was a really fun event for our center, but then only certain people were really committed to actually doing the challenge. So then if they were on the team, if they didn't get any steps, then they didn't they actually hurt their team. And so I think that's kind of where it lost, was the commitment level.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that happened here with some of our teams also. But I think one of the big things was our people here like competition. So with especially being a wellness champion, if you're kind of pushing it and trying to motivate people, or if they're seeing you do it also, then that kind of motivates them to do better. But I was just throwing out the question because, again, the success of this program is really going to be contingent upon how well we are putting this information out in front of our fellow employees. So I just wanted to see, what we can do to help each other make this program successful. Because, we get on the calls every month and we can sit and listen to Rachel, but if we have some input, then that's going to really help everyone do a better job at what we're trying to do. So I'm psyched about it because I can see the benefits already, and I just want everybody else to get psyched too.
Yeah, I've got 2 things real quick. With the Race the Globe challenge, I think that the 2 biggest things are just, one, that it was a 4-week challenge, and people at my center started losing interest about week 3. And I think the hardest part was that most people didn't have Fitbits that would sync automatically, so they had to go in and self-report, and they're like, yeah, I don't want to get on the computer and report my steps every day. So I think they were doing it for the first week, and the second week they were starting to be like, oh, I'm getting annoyed doing this every day. And then after week 3, they were just kind of like, whatever. I think it just kind of died off.
So you think we need to make it, if we do it again, make the challenge a little shorter, and then maybe have shorter challenges, and maybe have a point person as being a wellness champion. Maybe they can give you their steps, and you can go in and log everybody's. That might help also.
Yeah,
but
the computer, it was easy to just log on, and one's the manager, and you just hop on and input everyone's steps that they give you. I think that'd be a lot easier because people didn't want to get onto the portal every day and log their own steps.
Right, and those are the things that we need to know so that we can, when we're making new challenges, and then we'll, we can take that into consideration.
Yeah. Something else on that note to keep in mind, maybe this is something we may want to promote more in the future as well, is the mobile app, which is completely free to download. You can log your steps, exercise, whatever it may be, all within that app for the challenge. So maybe that might be something for a challenge to keep in mind. We may want to do a promotion around the app specifically, and people realize how easy it is to do on their own and wouldn't have to actually log into a computer. Maybe that might help that piece as well.
That would totally help, and possibly even just, I know we have little challenges where you do little thing and you get 5 points. Maybe just being if you download the app on you can get 5 wellness points or whatever, and then people will have the app and then they can log things easier that way.
Certainly. Okay, well that's good to keep in mind. Maybe doing a bigger focus on the mobile app and how it can be used during the challenge when we're promoting that next challenge we'll have. Okay, we'll definitely keep that in mind. Any other advice anyone's had or ideas to keep the program successful?
I
do want to take, I wanted to take one moment and reiterate what Roger said. I know we're kind of relying on all you athlete champions, but we're really excited about the program, and it's already been just a couple things requested here and there and different ideas that we've heard, but it's really great having all of you involved, and we're excited to see the success continue with the program and with the champion program and really do some great things with it. So big thank you to all of you. But would love to hear any ideas you have. Do not be shy. We really want this program to be something that's great for everyone, and you guys can certainly speak to us. So we're excited to have all of you on board. Any other final questions or comments while we're still all together? As always, do feel free to reach out to me with any questions, comments, anything I can help you with. I'm definitely available to all of you, and thank you for all that you do. Have a great one.
All right, you too. Thanks, Rachel.
Thanks, everyone.
Hey, Rachel.
Yes.
So real quick, I know I joined late, and I probably already talked about this because I missed it, but when does the program, the initiative start again? Because at our center, we have a lot of new employees, like 6 months or less, and a lot of them, like the people who have been here, are starting to cash in and get their Visa cards or whatever back, and other people are like, I've never even heard of this. Like, what's going on? How can I do this? And it's kind of like, well, it's ending in a couple of weeks, but I definitely would love to get more information or flyers, and like, I'm going to make a big push when we start it over because we have a lot of people who was like, I would totally have done that. I had never heard anything about it, and it was kind of late in the year for it.
We are currently finalizing the program for the next year's program. So as soon as we have anything finalized, other champions will actually be presenting that to you guys first. You guys can give us your feedback and just really be in that loop.
Okay.
Like I said, we're still finalizing that now, but as soon as that is ready to go, we definitely want to communicate it early on, and we'll be sharing it with all of you.
Yeah. Is it looking like June or July, or is it going to be August? Or because I thought the last one started in August, but I guess it's ending in June, so I'm assuming it started in June last year too.
It started August 1st last year,
Okay.
and it'll probably be around that time, if not a little later. But like I said, we're still finalizing, and I'll just keep you guys on the loop as soon as we know anything else.
Okay. So start pushing it and prepping it and telling people that this one ends in June, but the next one will start around August, and get people excited and ready to sign up and get on.
That would be perfect.
Okay. Thank you so much.
And there is, even for your new folks, they could still earn it for this time. There's enough time because there's those preventive visits that if they had them done at any point in the year, the HRA, things like that, setting up a coaching appointment, they still could get a gift card, even if it's just 100 points, $100 gift card. If they can't quite reach the 300 level, there's still time for them to at least get something.
Yeah.
So we'd love to get all of them involved even now.
Okay. I'll push it.
All right, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, thanks again, everyone, and feel free to reach out if you have any other questions.